Hey y'all, so I just saw Silent Night, this new John Woo film that came out. If you're not sure who John Woo is, the director, he did Face Off, so look that up if you haven't heard about it. You should. It's an older movie. But anyway, essentially, there's gonna be spoilers. It's 90 minutes. There's this white guy and his little Mexican wife. They're in Texas. You see a bunch of Texas license plates everywhere, and his son gets hit by a stray bullet, right? Because apparently there's gangs everywhere, and then he ends up getting shot in the throat. And then when he wakes up, he's like, revenge. And then you see him training himself on how he's gonna go take on the gang members. You see him in somebody's random parking lot with this janky old beat up car, which I don't know how he even fixed because he's an electrician and not a mechanic. Like he's like learning how to drift in somebody's parking lot, and nobody's stopping him. Like, whose parking lot is this? And he's going to the shooting range. He's all, but he's not practicing shooting any moving targets. It's just like, the thing in front of you. But he's like, I'm going to get them on Christmas. That's also the day that, his son got killed. So he goes around, and then it gets like Christmas Eve, and he wants to gather information. So he goes and he finds somebody. Didn't really say who he is, but he tries to torture him, get information out of him. But there's a whole fight because, dude's never really fought nobody before. He's only really done it in theory. So he's like getting all injured, but instead of postponing, he's like, no, I'm still going to go after these people tomorrow. It's Christmas. I have to go do it. And he goes and he gets his old janky old car that somehow works, and he's driving around, hitting all the gang members, going, doo, 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 doo. And then the one gang member's like recording, so you can figure who it is, and they have this group chat, the gang members, and it's kind of racist, John Woo. And that the name of the group chat is Los Chicos. I was like, what the hell? But then you see him ditch his car, and then he's on a motorcycle. Like, when did he learn how to ride a motorcycle? We didn't see that training happen. Where did this motorcycle come from? And then of course he like sweeps it, like side whatever underneath, and gets in and it's like shooting more people. He has a shotgun now, and he's going up the steps, and he's all like hitting everybody. He's getting hit too. Yes, he has what's that thing called? Protective vest. Yes, a vest. But they're not just shooting him, they're shooting him other places that he's going. Because, of course, at this point, he's superhuman. He can't die to the end. And then there's this cop, which there's no point that in this black cop, what purpose does he serve? Other than the fact that, at some point, he's going to need some help. But they don't talk, obviously, because his whole life at this point, everybody around him has now catered to the fact that he can't talk from being shot in the throat. Like, he won't even use the little thing. Even his wife texts him, and at one point, she does leave him. There's a cop that I think really serves no purpose. He's just kind of like there, and I'm pretty sure he dies too. You don't see him there, but he ends up getting shot like in the chest and stuff. But then there's this whole like weird dancing sequence that you see between the main drug dealer and his girlfriend. Like, they're getting high and they're like having like this beautiful like drug infused dance underneath like these Christmas balls. And then what really annoyed me is that he almost let like the girlfriend go because, again, sexism. Because she's sitting there after she tries to shoot him like 100 million times with a Uzi, and then she's all like those tears. She's like, and then he's all like, I can't shoot her. And then he like does it, and then she goes and like shoots him with another gun, and it's just like, why? Like, she doesn't even look like your wife, so it wasn't like you got confused or something. So that was annoying. But then eventually, he gets the main drug dealer, and then he's like all shot finally. He's like then laying on the ground. He's all looking up at the Christmas balls, the lights, and like he sees like the flashes of his son and where his son's life could have gone. And then he dies. It very much reminds me of those 90s movies where like Jean-Claude Van Damme or Arnold Schwarzenegger were like regular schmegular like firefighters, and then all of a sudden like their family gets killed somehow, and then they go down to Argentina and they take on the cartel, and everything's like and then they die, right? That's very much the mood that it put me in. But if you want to see a good John Woo film, watch Face Off. This was not it for me. But I'm going to continue on with my Christmas horror thriller, whatever thing that I'm currently on. But if you've seen Silent Night, let me know. Put your thoughts below. And until next time, y'all.